GM, GA, GE, and GWhiz, welcome to Coin Bureau Clips, where we bring you smaller snippets of me for those who can't stomach a full helping. If you enjoyed today's video, find it informative, or hey, even both, then please like, subscribe, and bury in a time capsule so future generations can see how wonderful life was in 2022. Your great-great-great-great-great-grandchildren will probably thank you for it. Also, before we carry on with today's brain dump, a solemn promise. This video will not contain any further references to the merge, because everyone's had quite enough of that by now, so let's move on. Now, something I find relentlessly entertaining is the US government's on-again, off-again relationship with stablecoins. Hey, look, I don't get out much. And all the knots its various regulatory bodies keep tying themselves up in when trying to address them. On the one hand, they're a threat to financial stability and need to be either banned or regulated out of existence, while on the other, they're a nice, hands-off way of maintaining the dollar's status as the world's reserve currency. Gary Gensler seems to think they could be securities, despite the expectation of profit from an asset designed to maintain a stable value being pretty minimal. I mean, it's a stablecoin, Gary. Duh. While Elizabeth Warren says, stablecoins pose risks to consumers and to our economy. They're propping up one of the shadiest parts of the crypto world, DeFi, where consumers are least protected from getting scammed. Our regulators need to get serious about clamping down before it is too late. Now, I mean, calling DeFi one of the shadiest corners of the crypto world is a bit like calling Sex and the City one of the most violent programs on television. But hey. Because, despite what great minds like Gary and Elizabeth may want to believe, the US government's relationship with stablecoins is in fact a lot more up and down than their opinions would suggest. Think Richard Burton and Elizabeth Taylor, Justin Bieber and Selena Gomez, or Khloe Kardashian and Tristan Thompson. They just can't seem to make their damn minds up. Yes, stablecoins come with risks, like Justin Bieber does, but because they need to be backed by something and the big ones are all dollar-denominated, they are actually very good for Uncle Sam's bank balance. Most of the assets backing the likes of USDT, USDC, BUSD, and USDP take the form of US Treasuries, otherwise known as US government debt. Put simply, the issuers of these stables are helping to subsidize US government spending. Their popularity across the world also means that demand for US dollars remains high beyond US borders, and that is something the folks on Capitol Hill are keen to see continue. Now, it's at this point in the discussion, of course, that the talk turns to Terra's UST, which, as we all know, slipped off its peg back in May and brought the rest of the market down with it. There's your financial stability risk right there. Arrest him, officers. Yes, UST has become a bogeyman for US regulators. Now, this is weird because you would think they would be more concerned by a centralized stablecoin issuer potentially dumping their US treasuries on the market in order to honor redemptions. Nevertheless, UST certainly did cause a lot of people to lose a lot of money and tarred all other stablecoins with its shame. As an aside to this, it was interesting to read a White House report on cryptocurrency over the weekend, wherein its authors claimed that the Terra UST debacle caused $600 billion worth of damage to the crypto market. Now, the actual figure is closer to 60 billion, with the further losses being mainly attributable to all the crappy macro factors affecting the market at that time. But hey, why not stick another naught on the ender? This is crypto. Who's going to even notice? All of which brings me to the piece of news which caught my eye earlier today concerning the stablecoin bill currently grinding its way through the US legislature. As reported by Bloomberg, the bill under consideration by the House contains a clause that would impose a 2-year ban on, quote, coins similar to Terra USD. The creation or issuance of, quote, endogenously collateralized stablecoins, endogenously? No, me neither, would become illegal.
Endogenous, adjective, proceeding from within or derived internally.
Thanks, Macy.
You're welcome, Guy.
Basically, any stablecoin that relied on another digital asset from the same creator to maintain its dollar peg, a la UST and Luna, would be verboten and, according to the block, punishable by up to 5 years in prison and a $1 million fine. Yikes. This would obviously be done in the name of consumer protection and in no way be an attempt to keep a future algorithmic stablecoin from taking market share from a nice big centralized one that helpfully buys up US treasuries to keep in reserve. Oh no. After all, algorithmic stablecoins don't work and, more importantly, can't be frozen and or confiscated from entities the US government doesn't like. Now, whether the House will have time to pass this stablecoin bill before the midterms in November throw the calendar out of whack is uncertain. But this and other legislation is heading towards the crypto space, albeit at the speed of an arthritic pensioner trying to push a shopping trolley made of lead up a steep hill. Does the US government want to jump into bed with stablecoins to maintain its dominance of global finance, or does it just want them out of its life forever? As Justin and Selena would tell you, it's complicated.